You're listening to I-95, Bangor's classic rock station with Jay Stu and Corey in the morning. Jay Stu and Corey rock.
I-95, Jay Stu and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station. Here we are. It's like 40 degrees cooler than yesterday. Well, that's not true. It's actually not bad out there. It is 28 right now.
It is.
It's not bad. It's what I like to call surprise black ice right now. So keep that in mind as you're out there. It's like you'll be driving along just fine. Everything will be clear as a bell. Totally nothing. And then, oh, hello, black ice. You know, and so that's a thing. That is a thing this morning. So be careful.
So please be careful out there for sure. We knew that was coming, though. We kind of assumed with everything as wet as it was yesterday. I drove by the Hayford Park in Bangor, which is like off of 13th, 14th Street, right? And I looked over and went, oh my gosh. And then I stopped and took some pictures because everything, including the picnic tables, were underwater.
Oh, yeah.
There were just seagulls hanging out in what was the playground. Mm-hmm. And then it was just a big old, basically, lake of fun. So we had so much water yesterday, lots of little areas of flooding, lots of washouts and stuff. So
you could have sailed a boat in my front yard yesterday.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't have that wind. I don't know about you, but like in Bangor, we didn't have the wind to dry it off, the way that we had been talking about it earlier. So it just sat there and then it kind of froze.
It picked up for a while in the afternoon. I was like, and I had that same thought. I was like, oh, all right, finally, here's the wind. And then it just kind of
nothing. Yeah. So it was very saturated, and now it's very frozen. So please be careful out there when you're driving, when you're walking. You know, just it's slick. So we've got our morning music matchup. It's kind of Christmassy. I mean, it is and it isn't. It's kind of like it's the.
I would like to submit that it is because it is Christmas songs. So.
Right, but it's the Christmas songs of like people yelling at things. It's like it's like the angry with Christmas songs battle today.
It's the reality Christmas songs.
Yeah. Okay. So you got yelling at the tree, the Christmas tree from Billy Idol, and I've got Bob Rivers' 12 Pains of Christmas. That's
sounds more like you have tuberculosis, but that's okay.
Oh, thanks. Well, I still can't get a good deep breath since the tonsillitis. I don't know what it is. I got to go get my inhaler now because I'm that years old.
Go.
Those many years old. I need an inhaler. So,
pretty soon you'll need a walker for your lungs.
Oh my gosh! Don't talk to me about this because you know if anyone's gonna have a walker for, you know what? I'm just nicknaming myself Murphy at this point because of Murphy's Law. So don't say those things to me because you know they're gonna stick. I don't need them to stick right now. But I do need you to vote. So 991-9713 over at the Facebook page or on the app. Do you want to hear yelling at the Christmas tree or 12 Pains of Christmas? My favorite part of that. She's a witch and I hate her.
Yep.
Well, that's my favorite part in the whole song.
Let's do it. Get your votes in, and right now we'll rock out with some John Mellencamp. 5. Little Skinnerd for our morning right there. Probably, if Larry's listening, he's all excited now. He's like,
oh, yeah.
Hey, Skinnerd happened. My day is complete.
It's true.
Done. Here's something to think about. Keep in your mind. Well, I was going back and forth with my wife. I was like, man, there's a post I put up like last year that I should bring back, and I'm going to work on that here in just a few minutes. But I'm at home yesterday, and as is on brand for my dog, if somebody comes in the driveway, he just explodes, right? He's just like, he freaks right out. And I look out in the driveway, and it's just this car. It was like a Ford Escape or something. This lady gets out, throws the hatch open, and I'm like, okay. And then I was like, I know what's going on, and it's the alternate UPS drivers.
Yep, it is. I saw some of them actually on my way to pick up the kids yesterday from school. I just saw this lady. There's very little signage to any of this. There's no like official looking outfit or anything like that. When you see the mail carrier come up, you're like, all right. Or you see FedEx come up, you see a FedEx truck or whatever. But this time of year, they have called in the bench. They're clearing the bench of all of the people who might be able to help. And so they basically they're like, you have a back that's clean and open. Let's fill it and have you go deliver some stuff. So yeah, there was a lady just standing there with her hatchback open, and I was like, what's she doing? And then she's pulling out all these packages and delivering them. Now, that being said, Bangor PD just also issued don't forget, it's porch pirate season.
Oh, of course.
So if they pull up to your car or to your house and the back of their car is empty, and they start taking the packages from your house and putting it into your car, into their car, then those are not the right people.
That's a separate issue. Yeah. I did notice, and this doesn't usually happen, and I wondered if, excuse me, if this was specific to the alternate drivers. It was the first time we ever got a notification on our phone with a photo of the packages that were delivered.
Oh.
So I wondered if they added that like layer of accountability or something to the people that are delivering the packages, that they, snap those photos and text it back or whatever, to UPS or Amazon or wherever you're tracking it from. But it is that time of year. So weird cars pulling into your driveway very well may be full of Christmas presents. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Hopefully they're being delivered and not taken.
Right. Because that's not Christmas presents. That's called theft and burglary and things like that. And you'll want to address that in a separate way. But I'm gonna get that back up. I'll work on that in between songs here and get that back up on the air. So that'll be up at i95rocks.com or the app. I-95, Jay, Stu, and Corey on Bangor's Classic Rock Station. We got a morning music matchup going right now. A couple Christmas songs.
Yelling at the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
12 Pains of Christmas. My fave. Love that. Also, a lot of black ice. We're hearing from all over the place. I was checking out the Don East Road conditions in particular because I know there are a bunch of roads that were closed or washed out yesterday that are still kind of closed and or washed out, but definitely icy this morning. So if you're driving, anywhere in the state, really just keep your eyes open. Stuff changed overnight a little bit and got cold and frozen, so be careful out there. Our buddy Dave was just checking in. He said the deer are also on the move following the recent full moon and the temperature changes, so that adds an extra layer of fun. So you got an icy road and then stuff to dodge. Super.
Yeah.
Just take your Super Mario Kart skills and apply them to real life, except you don't get extra lives, so be careful.
I just got the mirror from my car in the mail yesterday. So
how much did that cost you?
Not very much. I mean,
good.
There will be the labor incurred when I drop the car off Friday to have it installed. But all in, probably a few $100, something like that. It's not too bad.
Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, no.
Side.
It's not just that. I've got to switch over the snow tires. It needs an oil change. It needs to get inspected. The exhaust is wicked loud. I think it needs a tune-up. Did I say oil change yet, too?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it needs like 50 little things.
Gotcha.
That by the time all said and done will still probably set me back, however enough that it'll put a little crick in my craw.
Oh, okay.
That it's all that I got to write that check. But whatever. Yeah, it's a car. You got to drive.
All right. There you go. All right, so we've got the morning music matchup up there. You can vote the last little bit now that you can do. You can check in with us and let us know how the road conditions are where you are, because certainly if there's an area of concern, we'll pass that along so that people know. Because a lot of people, those roads in the Down East area, people are wondering about like having to deliver their kids to school. Like, how are we going to be able to go this way, or do we have to find the back way?
At this point, I'm not even. Based on my experience driving in this morning, I'm not thinking there is one area that's. I'm of course in the mathematical possibilities of the universe. There are areas that are worse than others, but it's everywhere this morning.
Yeah.
Like it, Pushaw Road in Glenburn will be fun. My road was fun on the way in. In a lot of places, it looked like the crews tried to do some stuff to get ahead of it a little bit. But it's a thing. I mean, it's only 28 degrees. The sun's not up to melt things down yet. And, once the sun comes up, that'll help. It'll hit that road salt and stuff and it'll be gone. But right now.
Do you know the hardest part of that salt? I got some at Sam's the other day, and it took me like half an hour to get the dang bucket open. I had a hammer. I think I had a garden tool. I was trying to get that lid off.
Was it a 5-gallon pail?
It was a smaller than a 5-gallon pail. It was like a short pail.
Yeah, still.
But still, how do you do that? Is there a trick?
Yeah. Years in the restaurant industry have taught me how to open every bucket known to man. So.
I was swearing a lot.
Oh, I bet.
I'm gonna say that.
I bet. It usually involves a a mild explosive, but usually you can get it done. Anyway, let's finish up the matchup. Let's wrap it up. Get your last votes in at the I-95 Facebook page, 991-9713. Yelling at the Christmas tree or 12 Pains of Christmas. Who's it going to be? 12 Pains indeed. I-95, Bangor's classic rock station. There you go. I hate her.
Yeah, I love that part. The slow descent into madness, the guy with the lights, is one of my favorite parts of Christmas, I think.
I mean, I feel lucky when I'm in Maine sometimes, because really what that song sounds like is how, like, my stereotypical Maine interpretation of, like, a Long Island Christmas. You know, like Christmas at Snooki's house probably sounds like that.
It's a good time. So that means we're going to have, as part of our Friday four-way battle of the best of the worst, Zeppelin's Good Times, Bad Times up against Billy Idol yelling at the Christmas tree. So far, that should be good.
Tomorrow will be the listener battle, so it's up to you to see who will reign supreme tomorrow.
True that. Some black ice out there. We're hearing places down east. We've got Dave driving around right now, and he's saying Washington Junction Road in Ellsworth, as of last night, was kind of closed up. Valley High, just past Friend and Friend, was a little iffy. So it just, if you're going up or around the down east area, but as you said earlier, it's really just anywhere right now that could have some black ice. So please be careful.
Within the next hour, it'll be gone. You know what I mean? As soon as the sun comes up over the trees, and because this was explained to me actually by someone who worked road crews, and I didn't fully realize before, like, it's great. You can salt the roads all you want at night when it's cold and dark, and it'll help with traction to a certain extent, especially if they add the dirt with it. But the magic really happens when the sun comes up and hits the road. And when that happens, with the salt on it and the sun starts to hit it, it's like the magic combo that really thaws things out real quick. So
cool.
the work that was done last night, like I was saying, a lot of the crews, even on my road, you could tell that there was sand and salt there. But, you know, it was done overnight. But by the time the buses are out this morning, it'll be very nice.
Good, hopefully. I was looking at some of the pictures. As I said, I was driving past one of the parks in town, and it was completely flooded. Apparently, Mount Hope Cemetery was just a lake yesterday. ABI's got a couple of interesting pictures up there and when that happens, it's always creepy to me. When a cemetery
You're just
floods,
waiting for that scene at the end of Poltergeist, where like all the coffins start shooting out of the ground.
And you're like, oh no, this isn't good. I mean, I know that's not necessarily the case, but I also love that the ducks and the crows are like, yeah, this is a great place to vacation. Let's just hang here.
I mean, have we seen anything about rainfall totals yet around here?
Well, I can tell you my sled, the really deep one, was full. That thing holds at least 5 or 6 inches. So.
Yeah, there you go.
So. I'm sure it was more than that based on all the flooding, but yeah, that was, I have not seen total rainfall stuff yet.
Well, I mean, it had to be. I'm guessing it was probably in the neighborhood of multiple inches, you know, based on just what I saw at my house. Like I said, there came this point where I was like, how much bigger can that pool in my front yard get? Like, this is, all right. This was like, you know, summertime giant thunderstorm level stuff. And I was like, oh, all right, here we go. I'm enjoying this.
There was definitely a lot of stuff that fell yesterday. So, all right. Well, that being said, we've got tickets to give away next hour to Foreigner and Styx and John Waite. We're going to be doing that, so I'll be listening up for that. And again, if you've got spots that you think we should highlight, you can send us a little message via our app or our Facebook page and let us know how the roads are where you are. Hopefully, they will be improving shortly, but just be careful out there now.
Absolutely. Stay right here with us. Jay, Stu, and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station at 95.7 FM. It's a lovely Tuesday. It's not going to be bad when we get going. We're supposed to get up around 35 degrees, although somehow the temp has gone down.
I noticed that.
And I'm like, what? I don't get it. It's all right. I'm sure Todd Simcox could explain, but I don't care.
All right. Good to know. We've got stuff to give away this week. We're giving away tickets to go check out Styx and Foreigner and John Waite, all of them playing together at the Maine Savings Amphitheater. That's going to be in August. Also, just had a big concert announcement yesterday that we can talk about a little bit later on, too,
Sure.
which is going to be interesting, kind of along the same lines. But we're going to play. Are we going to play another version of of
Hell
Weed or
yeah.
Steed?
Let's do Weed or
Yes.
Steed again. That was fun yesterday.
That was fun.
So all you have to do, you have to be prepared to tell us whether we give you a name, and you have to be prepared to tell us whether it is a strain of weed or whether it is a Kentucky Derby winner. Because it could be one or the other. And these days, you can't tell. You just can't tell. So 9919713 is how you're going to do that. And just you've got to have your brain ready. Or not, I guess.
Do you? Yeah.
All right, so let's do that. Weed or Steed right now on I-95. I-95, who's this?
This is Tracy.
Tracy, how you doing this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
We're awesome. How's things down at Tideway?
Busy at the moment.
All right, well, then
Yeah.
we'll get right to it so that we don't mess with you too much here. So we're going to play a little game called Weed or Steed. I'm going to give you a name, and you have to tell us, is this a strain of weed that you would find at any of the 4,261 dispensaries here in the Bangor area, or is it the name of a Kentucky Derby winner?
Okay.
You ready?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, here we go. The name is Girl Scout Cookies.
Ah, it's weed.
Yeah.
I know that one.
Oh, you nailed it. We won't ask any more questions than that. We'll just say you got it right.
It's very familiar.
Yes, it was.
We were joking afterwards that we could have just looked at Tracy and said, Tracy. Because her last name is Weed. So I was just like,
Weed,
missed opportunity right there. But
Yep.
oh well.
So
Well, congrats to Tracy. She's headed off to see Foreigner, Styx, and John Waite this summer at the Main Savings Amphitheater. That's going to be such a great show.
another show just announced yesterday. We'll talk about that in case you missed that in just a little bit. So stick around for that.
If you, the only hint we'll give you right now is that if you're a big fan of the hair stuff,
The glam rock.
the glam stuff, then this is going to be like your church. We'll just leave it at that.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to get back to that next, coming up in less than 10 minutes on I-95. I-95, Jay Stu and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station. Hanging out, watching the... Well, no, all right. At least the temperatures are holding steady, but...
Gone up a whole degree.
Oh!
That's all right.
Well,
the hot news
I'll
of the
take
day
one.
yesterday was that we're going to have some, as you so appropriately foreshadowed, some glam rockers coming to Bangor. September 1st, I believe, is the date of 2024 at the Main Savings Amphitheater. We're going to have Bret Michaels from Poison.
Yeah.
We're going to have special guests Warrant, Firehouse, and Dee Snider.
Dee Snider. I'd go see, you said the same thing. I'd go see Dee by himself. I wonder if this is going to be, if he's going to be doing is he going to be doing a monologue? Is he with a band? Because you never know with Dee Snider. He might just get up
That's true.
there and talk for 45 minutes.
He could do some interpretive dancing with his long, beautiful hair. And what would we do?
Oh,
We'd
man.
just
I
sit
saw
and
this
watch it.
great meme that was a picture of Dee Snider. And it said, wow, Sarah Jessica Parker has really let herself go.
He's always interested. I mean, Warrant and Firehouse, like I said to you, it's almost as if they got together and went, okay, guys, we got like 4 hits between us here. Let's just, let's tag team off and on and see what we can do. But it's going to be great for that nostalgic 90s, they're calling it 90s retro rock, but I think, it dips into the 80s a little bit, but it's going to be a good time. So that's again happening September 1st. That'll be right on the heels of, because I think, did we say August 3rd, I think is the date that Foreigner, Styx, and John Waite are coming. So that retro feel is going to be big, I think, this concert season at the Main Savings Amphitheater. So we've got Judas Priest coming. We've got
So many bands.
Bryan Adams.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So many bands are on their farewell tours right now. You know, Kiss just wrapped it up and have decided they're going to, when are we going to get that virtual Kiss here at the Bangor waterfront? That'll be hilarious.
With the holograms.
Yeah. Foreigner, I already said Foreigner, but the point is a lot of these bands are on these nostalgia kicks right now and trying to rake in every last little bit they can while they still can. And you can't blame them. Plus, can you imagine if you do that your whole life, and as your job, and to just sort of stop would feel really strange.
Weird.
It
would be a weird feeling. I remember when I decided to quote unquote retire from working to have my kids, and it was the first time since I was like 12 that I didn't work. I mean, I worked as in like being a mom, but it's a very weird period of time, that adjustment of like being okay with not clocking in, or not your regular routine it's strange. So I can't imagine having that be your life 24/7 since the 90s. So 25 plus years.
I mean,
now.
I don't do gigs regularly anymore at all. I haven't in probably 6 or 7 years. And I don't miss it that much, actually. But I stay so connected to it that
you still
it
play
doesn't
every
feel
day.
far. Well, I play all the time, and I have my studio, and I have my students. So it's like my toe is always in the water. I just don't physically, get in front of people much anymore.
Right.
And play drums, which is okay for them because they get to keep their hearing,
Well, that was what was weird about coming back to it, was like I had been used to talking to tiny people, and I felt like I needed to ask anyone out there, do you need a potty break? Do you need a snack? So it took a little bit of a reacclimation into, I get to talk to grown-ups now when we came back. So I can't imagine, like you said, I think they're trying to make the most of it.
Speaking of both those things, potty breaks and snacks. Let's do that right now on I-95. Jay Stu and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station, I-95. 95.7 FM, the I-95 app, I95rocks.com, all the places.
All the places,
Facebook.
even in your car.
Yeah, everywhere.
I got to say hi to Nirvana. Who just had a birthday.
Okay.
And his family, because they listen. I was told we went over the weekend to Urban Air, where they had a huge party, and it was so fun to see the kids all running around. But his mom pulled me aside, like, we listen to you in the car. I'm like, very cool. So Nirvana, happy belated birthday to you, and hi. And big props. So there's this kid named Chase Ottinger, who my daughter Mary has gone to school with since kindergarten.
Sure.
And he's great. His dad is a sheriff. His mom is a nurse. And his dad and I used to be the ones before I got the morning show that would pull up like at the very last second, let the kids out and be like, run, 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 run.
Right.
But Chase is great. And this morning his mom put up a little post saying, sorry, not sorry, my son is going to be late to school today. And it's a picture of Chase helping. Basically what he did is he noticed that there was a flag on the ground, an American flag on the ground by their well house, and he got out.
Weird.
And it was frozen to the ground, and he took some time and he got it up without damaging it, and he put it back to where it belonged. So it's like kids like Chase that take that extra time to do the right thing in those situations that I think are, as much as I worry about the future of this world, it's kids like Chase that help me think, okay, we'll be all right, because there are kids like him out there. So good job, Chase. Yeah, you. So.
Well, that's pretty sweet and wonderful.
Yeah. And there was a story I've put up, I think the last couple of years in a row, of one of of a local girl that I know who, and she's kind of grown her posse, who does things like lemonade stands and bake sales and stuff throughout the year.
Right.
And then raises all this money. And I was looking at her mom's Facebook page just the other day, and they raised, and I'm going to put this together so that you can see exactly what the deal is, but they had $1,500 for Toys for Tots, $500 for St. Jude's Hospital. They donated $300 to Bangor Humane Society and $300 to the Good Shepherd Food Bank this year. So these kids, and it's a group of neighborhood kids that I know pretty well, did that all on their own accord. She started, I think, during COVID in 2020, and has been, like I said, growing her posse, and also growing, I think, the amount that she's been able to donate to these local causes. So good job, all of them as well. Good kids today. Good kids. Somebody's doing a good job raising them. So, and it's hard to raise kids. You've raised a great dog. As a
It's
parent.
about all I'm capable of, and that's questionable. That is questionable.
It's pretty fantastic. So I like to be able to pass along positive stories about kids in the area who are doing good jobs. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, all right then. That's dandy. I like
It is.
good
It's good.
stuff.
It's good news on this cold. Is it Wednesday now?
No, it's
Or is it
still
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Okay, well, on this cold
You know,
Tuesday.
2 for Tuesday, double shots, that whole thing.
I was skipping ahead. I was trying to get to Friday. Dang it.
Aren't we
It doesn't
all?
work that way.
Aren't we all? Anyway, when we come back in a bit, of course, more things from i95rocks.com. Then we'll get into a 95-minute classic rock free ride. All sorts of stuff. Stay right here.